Well, hello, and welcome to the Miles of Training by Evil Sizer podcast. I'm your host, Penny Royston, President and CEO of Evil Sizer and Associates. I'm an interstate authority expert with 34 years of experience and a licensed commercial insurance agent. Thanks for tuning in, where we discuss all things interstate trucking. This is episode number 5, and the title of today's episode is What is an MCS-150 form? Well, the MCS-150 form is the DOT side of the FMCSA coin. And what does that mean exactly? So this form updates basic information like your physical address, mailing address, phone number, email address, vehicle information, and prior year mileage. This is important to take care of this on a biennial basis. And that gets really confusing for a lot of people. But here's what we're going to talk about in this episode is where do I file this form? When do I need to file the form? How much does it cost? And are there any tricks of the trade? And then what happens when I update this MCS 150? So let's start with where do I file this form? You can do that in two places. You can either file it online if you have your DOT PIN. That is important. The DOT PIN needs to match the EIN that's on file with the FMCSA. If those two don't match up, you will not be able to proceed to file this online. But there is a paper copy that you can download from the FMCSA, and you can fill that out and sign it and send it in. One thing that you need to add to it is a copy of your driver's license. This is something fairly new that the FMCSA implemented just a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago, I would say. And they're just trying to eliminate some fraud that comes in because, there for a while, anybody could have sent in an MCS 150 form and they processed it. And then, of course, identity gets stolen that way. And there was some issues. So now you do have to have a copy of your driver's license. So be sure you've got it completed accurately, and then you can upload it on their ask.fmcsa.dot.gov website. Now, it's supposed to take like 2 days to get processed, but we've noticed they've had a huge influx of forms because more things right now in the transition of the old system and the new system is being done manually. So just be patient. Just know that when you send it in, it's probably not going to get updated that very next day. We've seen up to 2 weeks on the timeline for getting our items processed. That's where you want to file the form, either online on their website, or you can upload the form. Here's the $1 million question. When do I need to file this form? You would think it would be, let's say you applied for authority August 1st, 2022. Well, you would think it would be August 1st, 2024, right? Well, that is not the way the FMCSA works. There's a certain algorithm. I'm not even sure who decided this, but I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. You go all the way to the last digit of your DOT number. And if that is a 0 through 9, that indicates the months. So let's just say it's a 9. So that would be September. 3 would be March, 4 would be April, and so forth. Okay, so now go all the way to the end, and you've got that number. That was the month. Now go left 1 digit. Is that an odd number or an even number? If it's a 0, okay, that's an even number. So then if it was the last 2 digits are 09, you would file your biennial in September of every even year. Or it could be September of every odd year. If it's like a 3, it's an odd number that next to the last digit. It does sound kind of crazy, and maybe somebody had some logic to it. I don't know, but that's how it works. And so that's why people get so confused as to, when am I supposed to do this? I really have no idea. So look at your DOT number. The last 2 digits will give you a hint on that. How much does this cost? Well, if you're filing it yourself, it does not cost you a dime. You can do the paper copy or you could send it in. Now, we do find that some people just need some help with that, and there are a lot of agencies out there that can help you. Evil Sizer is one. We've been filing, a lot of these forms for the last 34 years. If you need help, you can go to our website at evilsizer.co and check out, just do a search on biennial update or MCS-150, and you'll find the form there. We do charge a fee because there is a process involved. Now, we can send it to you via DocuSign, and that's a great method. It just, a lot of people don't have access to a printer, to print it out and sign it and send it in. So DocuSign does work. We will still need a copy of your driver's license, though. Are there any tricks of the trade? Well, I would say yes. So some of the things you need to look for is to make sure that, the name and the address is valid, the phone number is valid, email is valid, because this is the FMCSA and other agencies are going to communicate to you. Especially us here at Evil Sizer, since we're a process server, we rely on that email address that's listed on the FMCSA. Another thing you need to look at is the mileage. You need to put the prior year mileage. This just needs to be an estimate. It doesn't have to be exact. You don't have to pull out all your IFTA reports and add them up and stick them in there. But it does need to be close. So just do an estimate and put the prior year. What you don't want is a gap. It's 2024 right now. You don't want mileage in there from 2021. It will cause a flag. And if you don't have anything in that field, you're going to have a flag that says carrier VMT outdated. And really all that means is that mileage field is outdated or doesn't have anything in there at all. So what happens when you do your update? Will that info update the MC if you have an MC on the LNI? Well, no, it doesn't. The FMCSA Safer website that houses the MCS-150 does not talk to the MC side. I know it sounds really strange, but it just doesn't. These are old systems. They are going to be changed by the end of the year. And I'm excited to see what the new system is going to look like. At least there will be one. Now there are two. You've got the LNI that houses all of the insurance for MC numbers, MX numbers, and freight forwarders, as well as brokers with an MC. And then you have the safer side, which is all the safety. It's got your SMS report and all of your violations that are listed. And so the two just don't talk to each other. The FMCSA is aware that we have one of the worst systems out there, and they're working diligently on this new system. I was able to go to Washington back in January, and I got a little glimpse of what's coming. And I think it's going to be really good. Anything really is better than what we have now. But the MCS-150 form may change. It still may be called 150. It may not. All of that remains to be seen. So just stay tuned to the podcast. I'll keep you updated on that. But just remember that the MCS-150 form only updates the DOT number. It does not update anything else on listed with the FMCSA. So the FMCSA does strongly encourage applicants to use the online electronic update process. It's just easier. You won't see the update the current day. You can download a copy for your records, but it won't show up until the next day. So don't worry about that. If you go back, on the same day and it's like, oh my gosh, my information has not been updated. That's okay. Just look at it the next day and you'll see it. If you do need assistance with the MCS-150, we'd be glad to help. We don't charge an astronomical fee, and we get this done. It's a top priority because I know it's a priority for you as well. So, you can go ahead and just fill out our form, and we'd be happy to take care of that for you. And, just allow a good 2 weeks for the update. Unless we have your PIN and we can do it online, then it's a much faster process. But if we don't have that, then all we can do is take care of it manually through a paper copy. But we'd be glad to help you with that. And So give us a call at 303-482-2965, or you can check our website at evilsizer.co. Well, that's all I have for today, friends. Thanks for tuning in. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a curious newcomer, keep those wheels turning and find joy in the journey. Don't forget to follow this podcast so you won't miss out in the future episodes. Until next time, this is Penny Royston signing off for now.